when you play like Messi, any mistake you can pay for it.
You say players like Messi. Are there any other players like him? In your opinion, how good is he?
For me, he's the best player in the world, and by a distance.
Es un genio. Es un genio. Es un genio. Messi.
Player quite like him. Then Cruyff came along, and they said the same thing. And then Maradona, and also Pelé. I don't want to offend him by leaving him out. Now this kid Messi deserves to be called the world's #1, and he can accept that title whenever he's ready.
Alex Kandal from Director Sports. Mr. Ferguson, I have a question for you. You've seen some of the best players in history, like Maradona, Cruyff, Di Stefano. Do you think Leo Messi is now at that standard? Do you think he'd be a part of that select group of the best players in history?
Yes, I would agree with that completely. I think that a generational thing, of course, someone, so along the years, past few years, a lot of people, critics or media, have always addressed this situation. Would a player in the 50s like Pelé be able to play in present day? You know, the answer to that is great players would play in any generation. Lionel Messi could play in the 50s, he could play in the present day, as could Di Stefano, Pelé, Maradona, Cruyff. He could all play at any level because they're great players. And Lionel Messi, without question, comes into that category.
Question for Pep, please. Pedro Pinto from CNN over here. Going along with that same line of thought, Xavi mentioned earlier that Messi might be one of the best of all time. Sir Alex Ferguson talking about his place in the history of football. You work with him every day. A lot of footballers, especially these days, they can have the temptations of being stars, of being in the media spotlight, of maybe losing a little discipline. Tell us, from someone that deals with him every day, what makes him special? What keeps him grounded, motivated, driven? And in your eyes, is he already the best of all time?
No, my opinion about him, he knows him. So that's all. I think this kind of players like Xavi, like Leo, like Andres, like this kind of players, they are competitors like himself. They don't necessarily the coach to tell them something about they have to do it like this or like that. They have to motivate them. They love this game. They enjoy it every season. They love when they touch the ball. So that's why Xavi are 14 years, 15 years playing the high level, and Leo have still the motivation, the still remain on top. So that is the point. That is the key. So never become one of the best in his job if don't give something from himself inside. So it's impossible. So you can help him for short period, for 1 year, months, 2 years, but remain so years like them. In that case, like Messi, is because his father's great like him. So maybe the successful is his father's, not the mister or the teammates. Sorry? It's a good question for Sir Alex, because he was lucky to see Pelé, see Mr. Di Stefano and the rest. But I think we are agree with Sir Alex. Now he can sit beside on them, and it's huge words, no? To sit beside of them. It depends of them. It depends of him in the future if he continue to stay there.
Creo que que negar a Messi como el mejor jugador del mundo es ser necio, y lo que le diría es que indudablemente habría que ver por qué a lo mejor Leo no tiene la versión que tiene en Argentina, porque seguramente no encuentra un disfrute. en Argentina que encuentra en su club. Entonces habría que ver desde el análisis, encontrar para que Leo se sienta acá un tipo muy querido y que le acepten que pueda jugar bien o pueda jugar mal, pero que argentino, que es el mejor del mundo, que nosotros tenemos que estar orgullosos de tener el mejor jugador del mundo, porque si encima no disfrutamos de tener el mejor y criticamos eso, no hay nada que nos conforme. Y yo te digo, todas esas sensaciones esos comentarios, yo te puedo asegurar que a Messi, por más que sea Messi, le llegan y lo incomodan, y esa incomodidad llega a la cancha.
Primero como argentino me pone muy contento de que Messi vuelva a estar en su mejor estado, porque lo necesitamos para el Mundial, porque necesitamos ganar el Mundial, y Messi sin duda es un jugador determinante para ganar el Mundial y para estar bien. Obviamente ojalá que pueda hacer estos 4 meses de la mejor manera y desearle lo mejor. La verdad que ver un partido sin Messi en el Barcelona nos costaría, no lo creeríamos. Ha pasado, lo han resuelto muy bien cuando no estuvo. Visto de esto, en los últimos 2 partidos, salvo el de la Copa, en Liga Pedro marcó 3 goles, en el otro Alexis marcó 3 goles. O sea que tiene muchas variantes buenas. No me lo imagino afuera del partido de mañana, aunque es una posibilidad. Y lo que sí espero es que esté bien para el Mundial. Lo necesitamos bien para el Mundial.
Leo estic molt content que hagi tornat. És un privilegi ser contemporani.
I'm happy that Messi is back. It's a privilege to be a contemporary of this boy. It's something that can't be repeated. I saw him so strong, so fast, so competitive. He's back to being at the level at which I had the privilege to coach him, where he gave me so many good things. I hope in Germany they will have the television rights for the Spanish league, which we don't currently have, to see directly how this boy plays so well.
Tan bo. És el millor jugador de tots els temps.
He's the best player of all time. We can put him with Pelé, but I never saw a boy like him, and I believe we won't see another for a long time. The only way you can deal with him is by keeping the ball from him as much as possible. I don't have another way of dealing with such a talent. There is no other way.
Limitar els jocs d'aquest talent, perquè de l'altra manera no hi ha res a fer. I tant de bo pugui ajudar el Barça a guanyar la 5ª.
Is it about style of play?
First of all, it's about individual players. And just to give you an example, Messi won the Champions League with 3 different managers. I think it's easier to win with him than against him.
It's a pity. Of course, it's a pity. Sometimes you cannot stop the clock. It's a pity when you have some players year after year, they become older. In 5 years' time, I think Messi will be 34, and we will be all crying that the guy is 34.
One word though, Messi or Ronaldo? One word. One word.
Messi.
Let's talk about today. Who is the best player today?
Today, I think is no doubt is Messi.
And could he eventually be one of the best players of all time?
Yeah, he is the one who has chance to be. But if you think maybe in Europe, to talk about Europe, some years ago, you have a lot of players in the same style like Beckenbauer was fantastic player. We have Di Stefano, who was Argentine, who played in Real Madrid. From Argentina, we have Maradona. But in this moment, I think Messi is the best.
Messi today is the best player in the world. You don't have nobody to compare.
For fun.
Do you think he's the best ever?
Yes, I do. Oh, yeah, I do. I mean, the more I see of him, I was at Nou Camp last year when he scored 4 against Arsenal. You know, it's one of those nights, a bit like tonight, where you're saying to yourself, I'm going to tell people I was at this game.
Yeah.
You know, you said that night, you can say that this night. And I think he's a little magician.
The fact that people say we're in some sort of competition to see who's best
Messi, Maradona, Maradona, Messi. There's going to be trouble.
Se va a calentar el morocho, se va a calentar el morocho y se va a armar quilombo.
I don't think you necessarily need to win a World Cup to be the greatest player ever. It's down to the time and the team that you play for. I mean, I've seen, obviously, Ronaldo at Manchester United 2 or 3 years ago. You see Messi now. This guy's the best player in the world at the moment. There is no doubt about that. And I think we're always nervous about calling people who are currently watching, who are young at 23, to say he's the best player ever, but we shouldn't be. We should admit what we're seeing in front of our eyes. This is a special talent who maybe is the best player that's ever